Guy Jackson is losing her mind. We got another one from the boy Omizi, and it's crazy right now. It's so mad, right? Because we can actually see in real time Sky Jackson just tweaking out. Every other day I go on Snapchat, I just be seeing some AI versions of it, and I'm thinking, bro, like, you're the celebrity, like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Makes zero sense. Let's get into it anyways.
Is not an easy one. Whether you look at Orlando Brown, who has clearly fallen off the deep end, or Lindsay Lohan, who also has some insane moments. When these child stars who are uber successful as a youth grow up, it seems as though all the screws that were loose finally fall out and their brains are free to run wild. So my 30-year-old was on Snapchat seeing if I can keep my snap score up. I ran across Skai Jackson's Snapchat, and I'm gonna tell you right now, she is gone insane. Somebody take ChatGPT away from Skai Jackson, please. Please. If you're new to this and you want to be true to this, please make sure you hit that subscribe button.
You know what it is, yeah? I understand that people get paid a lot from Snapchat, bro. I understand it. Like, she's probably getting to the bag, and all this controversy is probably driving a lot more engagement towards what she got going on. But, bro, like, out of all the things to basically make content about is an AI version of you getting pregnant again. Like, what are we actually doing there, bro? I don't know, bro. A lot of these celebrities, fam, is actually peak. We need to really, really have some sort of rehabilitation for them, so that it's like, bro, after you get out of the, the Disney Channel moments or whatever, Nickelodeon moments, childhood star moments, you're able to basically rehabilitate into society again properly without you having these malfunctions that basically come over it as well. It happens too many times. I even did a video in regards to like a child YouTube star and how a mother was basically just taking advantage of her financially, so on and so forth. So you might want to check that out. I'll leave the link down below in the description as well.
Or this feels real. And then I go and check and you're unsubscribed. I know you're about it. Now, back into the video. For those of you who watch Disney Channel, which at the time I think Disney Channel had fallen off, Jessie was one of the bigger TV shows, and Skai Jackson was looking like one of the budding and bright up-and-coming stars from that show. But then she went through this awkward phase that I think a lot of child stars go through. They're not really seen much after that. They're in this weird age where they're seen as still a child, especially because of her size and stature and, just who we think she is. We're always going to remember her from being Jessie. But at the same time, she's grown. She's an adult. And that battle and transition is very, very hard. We've seen people like Madison Pettis embody that, and the way that she did it, guys, I saw pictures of Madison Pettis in lingerie, and I thought to myself, man, The Rock is gonna kill her. So while she's making that transition, she decided to do what everybody else was going to do. She decided to become a social media influencer, leverage the fame and the fans that she had as a child.
You know what it is, yeah, Bursky, like, I remember when we used to watch Disney Channel and watch all them type of things, some of these child actors, bro, we were children, bro, and these were our crushes, bro. Let's just be real. Let's just be real, bro. You know what I mean? But in saying that, it's kind of like when you're seeing your childhood crush or your favorite celebrity when you were... I remember watching, like, bro, I must have been like in primary or something like that. What? Like, this was before middle school for you guys over there, or secondary school. I'm pretty sure. Must have been. Like, seeing all of that and then seeing what she's doing right now, you're just thinking, yo, this is mad, bro. This is mad. You feel me, bro?
To this new era until she, kicked back off the acting career. But since then, probably the most notably positive situation of her being a social media influencer as an adult has been her appearance on Kai Cenat's String. Every other situation has been scarred with a bunch of different incidents that make her look bad. We're talking about the spam pages, shading other people, the laptop incident where she faked the giveaway, getting pregnant by a dude named Yerky, who for what it's worth was also very toxic and apparently abusive. Not saying that that's her fault, but yeah, that's just in there. And now this use of AI to make herself a social media influencer that she could never be. The AI usage started off with her putting up photos of her and her fellow co-star Cameron Boyce from the show Jessie. Now, I do need to remind people that Cameron Boyce is no longer here with us. Cameron died back in 2019 due to complications with epilepsy.
R.I.P., man.
See, and I know for a fact that that really took Skai Jackson, by surprise. It really impacted her and affected her. One, because they were super duper close. And two, as a young person dealing with death, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, it actually is very, very hard to cope.
2019, he did have epilepsy and unfortunately suffered from a really bad seizure. Can you tell me a little bit about your relationship with Cameron?
He was in my life for half of my life, which is crazy. I met Cameron, obviously, on Jesse, and we just really built this bond for years and years and years. And he was kind of like a big brother figure to me, you know? And always looked out for me through everything. He really molded me into the person that I am now. But yeah, of course, I miss him every day, but I have him on my phone case, so I get to see him. But yeah, it just makes me like a little bit sad, of course. Like, he's not here. But I know that he would be really proud of me. I know that, like, he loved Dancing with the Stars, and he loved, like, dancing. So that's why I'm really excited, like, to do this dance, because it is for him. I'm just really glad that he's here to watch over us, and I just want to show him that this dance is for him.
Give me a hug.
So when she generated the AI images, people were saying that it was disrespectful, but parts of me can kind of understand. Look, everybody grieves differently. And I'm not saying that all methods of grieving are healthy, but they should all come with a level of grace and understanding, because while somebody might be boohoo crying one day, somebody might, I don't know, get addicted to drugs, start overeating, get tattoos, different things like that.
Yeah, man, you can't necessarily judge someone for how they grieve, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure every single person here has lost someone that's dear to them. You know what I mean? Like, I remember even when I lost, like, actually, I was a bit later on in life when I actually lost, you know, someone, my grandfather, you know what I mean? So I was able to kind of deal with it a bit better than I presume I would have if I was a younger kid. Even when I was younger, just hearing, again, when you're growing up in the hood and stuff, like hearing that so-and-so has, you know, lost their life due to maybe the life and stuff like that, it's not necessarily close to home, but these are people that maybe you grew up with and all of a sudden they're just not here anymore, you know what I mean? So it's crazy, it is crazy. And I always say to people that one thing about social media is that it doesn't allow room for people to basically be human, because it's a highlight reel of our lives, you know what I mean? We're putting the best version of ourselves, we're putting the highlights or the bit that we perceive to be the highlights of our life on social media. Now, when you combine that and the fact that you're online 24/7, so you don't really have time to really be a human being. Do you know what I'm saying? Unless you're disciplined, you actually just stay off of social media. Then you combine that with being a childhood celebrity as well. So you're in the public eye from the point you're basically like 4'7", whatever it is, like however she was when she was in Jessie, and all of a sudden you're getting older and older and older, maybe you're not lit as much anymore. You're still like, bro, it's not as easy as people basically put it out. That's the reason why I don't necessarily fully judge her, but it's like, it's one of those ones where I definitely believe people in their life need to definitely do a better job of kind of looking at her and being like, bro, like, let's get you some therapy, let's get in a better space, let's get you off of social media and focus on getting better. Do you know what I mean? So I always say, bro, like, you need real friends, man. You need real people around just gonna help you in these type of times as well. You feel me?
There's no real way to say that. It is a bit distasteful. I totally get how, especially family members of Cameron Boyce would say that it's a little bit, you know, distasteful for her to be doing such AI renditions of somebody who is deceased, not clearing these things, etc., etc. But the grace is that, you know, he's not here anymore, and that really hit her. She's grieving. But through this AI image of her friend who is no longer with us, Skai Jackson found a lane, one in which that would have her living out her dreams at the stroke of a keyboard. Her life would go downhill as she aged into adulthood, not living up to expectations, being with different young men that people said weren't for her, friends that she grew up with no longer being here. So she decided that she was going to change that and make up these storylines about her as if this was her real life. She clickbaited a relationship after Yerky, her ex, went to jail, and everyone kind of flocked to the internet to see who this guy was. His arm was a darker shade, so that had a lot of people hyped. I know, real parasocial FC. But come to find out that the dude was AI the whole time.
Looking good?
Always.
Yeah, what the hell? Somebody need to go get her. Debbie Ryan, is that her name? Y'all need to go check in on her. I'm gonna be speculating.
Do you know what it is, bro? It's like on Snapchat, even when you unfollow someone, even when you try to say, yo, I don't want to see this, Snapchat will just keep on showing it to you, bro. It's so annoying, bro. It's so annoying. And that keeps on happening time. And that's how I even know she was on this type of stuff, because let's be real, man's not on a regular basis, like, kind of, I think ever since she even got pregnant and stuff like that, I was kind of like, oh, do you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, cool. She's off of her man and stuff like that. The childhood fantasy is basically broken. Just let's just carry on with life. You know what I mean? But anyways, jokes aside, bro. This is just it's mind games, bro. AI has basically made it possible for people to just come up with different stuff. It just reminds me of like, you know that when the people do them fruit stories. And with them fruit stories, yeah, where it's just the dumbest concepts and the most basic storylines. But that's the reason as to why RAMs and SSDs are so expensive right now, because people are printing out all this AI slop. Is making it so expensive for all of these companies to basically produce what it actually takes to allow AI to basically function, and it impacts the rest of us as well, just a regular consumer, just to get a normal RAM, just to get SSD. I think yesterday I tried to get an SSD, bro, an SSD that I bought for like £80. I think that's like $90, $95 over there, bro. It was like, I think like 150, fam. When I checked yesterday, it's like, what? I was thinking, bro, like, this is mad. And the thing is, man, trying to really kit out my system and make sure man's actually not only delivering content, but also my other stuff is on point as well. So I'm investing. Thinking, yo, I should have bought this 3 years ago before I even knew that man was even going to do this, you know what I mean? But it's crazy, bro. It's actually mad. My people, them, though, let's pray for Skai Jackson, man. I don't know what's going on with her at all. I generally don't, but hey, what can we basically do and what can we basically say? My people, I'm going to also leave the link down below so you can watch the rest of the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.